just start and without a crash.
Okay.
Yep.
Just crash in after the stop.
Yeah. Getting rolled.
All right.
Here we go.
Rolling.
Getting rolled with the fever on the dance floor. Hey, welcome to the Crafty Music Tips YouTube channel. This is yet another Sing It Live behind the sounds video, and this is a classic 1970s song, and it was so much fun to record, and I could get out the guitar and get all nerdy with you, but I want to talk about how there is a lot of fun facts about this song. You might have known some already. For instance, the song was the very first ever song recorded with a drum loop. Did you know that? And they didn't really have any technology at the time. Basically, the drummer from their backing band, his name was Dennis Bryan, the band had already recorded Night Fever in the recording sessions, and when they came to record Stayin' Alive, he had to leave the recording sessions because, very sadly, his mother had passed away. So he'd left just for a little while to then return, and instead of everybody taking a break, the band decided to keep working on the song, and they tried playing along with a metronome, and they sort of said, you can try to make it feel good with a metronome, but it just doesn't have that feel. So someone had the bright idea to grab a bar or two from the song Night Fever, and with transferring the couple of bars off to another tape and then somehow reproducing it over and over and over and over and over again, they were able to have something cool to play along with. Thinking that when Dennis would come back, he'd actually just play to their recording. And so if you listen to the original and you hear the drums, there is a different sound to it than, say, Night Fever, where there is the actual drummer just playing it in real time and getting the recording to capture that playing. So by the time that he returned to play the actual drums on it, the whole song was recorded, and they got so used to that sound, they just thought, no, I think that's really good. But what they did do is they added some crash cymbals over the top just for a bit of impact here and there. And I didn't actually realize until just reading just before that they did a similar thing in the song More Than a Woman. So the exact same drum loop used in that song as well.
What's the really high one? Is that no?
Yeah. All right, and so apart from the fact that for me, my connection to the song was that I'd played it in a band before. We did like a real Chili Peppers rock version, if you could give it some type of description. I had to go back and listen to the song again to try and remember how the original goes, because I was so used to this other version. But that's not the fun fact. The fun fact is that you may be aware, it's so ironic that a song called Stayin' Alive is actually one of the world's most highest uses of a reference point for the recommended rate of chest compressions used during CPR.
You know how to do CPR?
CPR? I can't even spell it.
Fantastic bit of useless trivia, right? But not really, if you think about it. If you are in an emergency situation and need to give CPR, then true story, that if you think of how fast Stayin' Alive goes, which is roughly 104 beats per minute, they suggest that anywhere between 100 and 120 chest compressions in the space of 1 minute is a recommended rate to give. So think of how fast the Stayin' Alive goes, and that's roughly, with each beat, how often you would give a chest compression. If you ever get in that situation, just remember that.
Do you want me to come in on with you or something? Well,
Yeah.
Maybe, no, I'll unison with Nikki on when you do your harmony.
Yeah.
Alright, see how that goes.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright. My earliest memory of this track was from the actual record. My mum loved this record. She had a platinum version of it. It was one of her prized possessions. Besides her lovely children, her records were her prized possessions. Hi, Mum. This particular record was just full of bangers. My mum had a Sirius stereo, a case with the glass doors on it with the magnet shutters, multiple components, amplifiers, tuner, graphics, a nice Technics table on the top. She knew her stuff. She had quality gear. The speakers were pumping, and we always had great sounding music in the house. And this album here really did dominate through that time. I was 8 years old when Saturday Night Fever was in the cinemas, or the drive-ins. I think most of us saw it at the drive-in. It was just an incredible revolution. There was a lot of disco tunes, but the movie and John Travolta and everything really brought this whole disco genre to an amazing peak. And at the time, if you didn't know how to dress with style and how to shake your ass in a disco, you weren't getting any love. I was only a kid, but I could see how infectious it was to all of the older people around me. And when I heard that record over and over, because my mum loved it, I just really remember something that I never really had felt before, because I was just beginning in my music life then at 8, 9 years old, just starting to play keyboards. And I didn't know anything about groove, what that was. I was just a little white kid who was mucking around on an organ and stuff, right? But the thickness and the cohesion of that groove, and it was just really amazing. I never ever imagined that I'd be talking to you today about performing this song and mixing it. I'd never ever would have dreamed that would happen. Crazy world. But this song is just part of my childhood, really, growing up. And I just remember there was some records that you could easily play when Mum wasn't around, but when it came to this one, you wanted to make sure that you were supervised by Mum. Saturday Night Fever, the best disco album ever released, ever.
Well, last one?
Yeah.
Or
This will be the last
no?
one.
Okay, one more.
One more?
Straight away.
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited about this song coming out this weekend. Staying Alive actually has a real meaning for me. I have a deep childhood memory. Somewhere in my shed is a cassette, and there is a recording on there of myself and my dad. I was 4, nearly 5. It was either 1977 or 1978, and I vividly remember sitting on Mum and Dad's bed, and he had this old cassette recorder with an old microphone, and he was playing acoustic guitar, and I think we sang Puff the Magic Dragon and we were singing some songs from kindergarten that I was learning, and I really wanted to hear Rod Stewart, and I really wanted him to sing Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, and he didn't really know the words of the verse, and all I knew was the words for the chorus. So I was wanting him to sing the verses, and then I would pipe in and sing the chorus, but he was doing these ones. Well, you can tell by the way I use my womb, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. And then I started getting really frustrated with him. So it's a classic. It's just a sassy little moment captured between myself and my dad. So yeah, it was beautiful. It's a beautiful memory. So being asked to do this song, I was an absolute yes, and I think it's turned out well. I'm pretty happy with it. In the studio that day, it was a whole heap of fun, as it always is. I think it was extra special for me because Jaylena was there. She was on the other side of the camera. She was holding the camera. So that was lovely to have her there too. And she was blown away by the musicianship of everybody. And I'm always blown away by it, but it just, yeah, when it comes together in there, it's something special in that room.
Well, I hope you found this video somewhat entertaining and insightful. Don't forget that there are a bunch of other behind the sound videos here for the Sing It Live channel, located here on the Crafty Music Tips YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to get out of here and listen to some of those other Bee Gees songs, listen to the drums really closely, And if you're a musician like me and you feel like you need a music tip upon exiting this video, just remember that you don't have to do every single thing right now. Just do the next thing. Hope that helps. I'll see you soon.